degrees, sun and cloud. I'm very, very happy with that. So I thought I'd try on an outfit. Look at this rose. This is the one I don't actually like, but I think not a religious building, it's a cafe restaurant. Fences. Gorgeous old Angelica, and she is this. We are in the Stripy duck. Look at that. Hello, hello. I wanted to just say hello. It's Monday today. I'm not working today, but I am in Bruton because I am about to visit a friend who's been a bit poorly of late. And thank you so much for all your lovely messages, and also I have more subscribers, so I feel like some of you have shared my channel with your friends, and it's really made a big difference. So that was oops, that's just my little glasses case. That was the first thing I wanted to do, was to say thank you, because it's important to say thank you for things. And yeah, so this week, it's a weird thing, but I can never, unless I've literally got like my diary in front of me or a list or something, I can never remember what it is. But it's quite a busy week. What I do know, however, is that on Friday I am going to London finally to see Pops, because I know I've mentioned about this in the past, but it just hasn't happened. Either I've had to cancel or she's had to cancel for a variety of reasons. And so yeah, oh god, I can't wait. I feel like I haven't seen her for ages, and she's just a tiny baby, something about your youngest child or your youngest friend or whatever. She's a teeny baby. And yeah, and thanks for being all of you being such good fun about the sheet mask shower cap combo. I think it was a winner personally. And in fact, I think I should put that on my dating profile. Now that would really separate out the men from the boys. I think you will agree. Yeah, that would be really funny, particularly if I could actually include a clip. I think you can, you can include video where I'm just saying, don't be frightened. Yeah, that's probably a niche OnlyFans thing or something. Somebody who's into... Oh, anyway, let's not even go there. But yeah, so that was all. Oh, except one thing right now, just while I remember. In fact, earlier on today, I took a video of this plant. And this won't be interesting for anyone who's not that into plants, but it's kind of like a challenge. Please, any of you who know what this thing is, please could you message me, because it first appeared last year, and I'm going to try and put, although it's a video, maybe will I be able to put another video on top of this one so you can see it? Maybe I can. If not, it will follow after this. And it appeared last year. And I don't know if it was seeds that I just threw around, which it could be, or it could just be some mutant. But when it first appeared, I thought, oh, that's interesting, that's exciting, what's that? And I thought, oh, maybe it's like a foxglovey thing, because it got taller and taller and taller. And then from the top, I could see this sort of nest of buds. And I thought, oh, what is about to emerge? And then it emerges like a big sort of lupin type thing, but with lots of teeny tiny, I believe they were dark red flowers, but the whole thing is a monster. Anyway, it's come back this year. Oh, the other stupid thing I did was, without even knowing what this thing was, when it went to seed at the end, I thought, oh, I love that. And I did that thing, where you can run your hands along. I don't know if any of you did that when you were children. I think it's that particular thing that grows in meadows, and you can run your hands along, and you've got all these little like brown seeds. Anyway, I did that with it, and then I threw them all over the garden, which is slightly disturbing, because one of the other things that I videoed this morning was just this mass of these plants that are tiny. It's like a carpet growing in all of the cracks around the bricks. So anyway, I have Googled like things I need to worry about. I think of the things I need to worry about. Hopefully that's quite low. But anyway, if any of you know what it is, could you let me know? I'd be very grateful, and I'd also be very impressed, because I actually asked Wendy. That's the thing that you don't know about, that you might not know about Wendy, is that Wendy in later life became a garden designer as well. She's that kind of woman. So she ran this. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about Wendy another time, because I think that Wendy is actually an example to us all. Like Wendy is an embodiment of not getting smaller. Anyway, sorry, it's just a message there of not getting smaller, of just getting bigger. And she's always, this morning she sent me a message just about the opera, and she said, "Are you ready for a real one?" And so there are 2 opera festivals nearby, one in the summer and then one later on, coming into autumn, which might be nice. One of them's in Dorset, I think. Anyway, so I said, let's have a drink tonight and actually go through them and see which one would be a nice thing to do, because I'd really like to do that. Oh my goodness, I just have to show you this wisteria. Look at this. So this is the back of the chapel. You know where I showed you the other day, the chapel that's not a religious building, it's a, cafe, restaurant, event space. Look at that. White. Really, really gorgeous. Gosh, and that's completely at its peak right now. I think wisteria was done. Apparently not. Are just so cheerful, aren't they? Hello, sweet. You're gorgeous. Here. You're gorgeous. Oh, darling. I'm gonna have to wash my hands now. I'm allergic. Beauty. She says that's enough, don't get too familiar now. Hi, so once again, I'm in a situation where I have time to kill. So I'm sorry about this, but you're going to have to come on a walk with me. This is a lovely walk in Bruton. It's called, Upper Backway, I think. Anyway, look, I'm going to show you. We can have a peek at their little garden centre. It's a little teeny garden centre. And then it's very pretty here. It's so pretty. I so want to show you people's gardens, but I don't think that's fair. This, however, is fair game. So this is a darling this is the duck pond. So if ever you come to Bruton and somebody refers to the duck pond, this is what they're talking about. And normally I was really hopeful that there would be ducklings, because usually there are a lot of them here, but sadly not today. Yes, it's quite big, as you can see, and this is just a little narrow pathway. Cow parsley still. I think it will just be quite easy to fall in this water actually, but I'll try not to. Look, that's just lovely. See, look, there are houses up there, and in fact that's where I'm going to walk. So I'm going to walk along here and then kind of end up there, and you can see the view down, which is just so beautiful. Look at that gate. Love a good gate with cow parsley in the background. Isn't that lovely? This looks like a little orchard, I think. Oops. This looks like a little orchard here. I think these are fruit trees, are they? I don't know anyway. That's definitely a fruit tree, that one there. Apple tree maybe. Or a pear tree. Look at this. Look at this, how pretty. And look at the colour of that. It is delightful. It is delightful. I don't know what that must be. Oh, that is some sort of a dried up little stream or riverway, causeway, or whatever that terminology is. And in fact, this is exactly the tree I was talking about, where the leaves start off really quite pale green and then they darken, and these have darkened, but aren't they gorgeous? I think that dappled sunlight, or dappled shade, however you want to describe it, is just one of the most charming, beautiful things. Yes, look. This is a lovely place. You know, if you actually live in Bruton town, it's what a lovely place to just go for a little walk. And it just feels really safe here. I guess because I'm used to London, it just feels so safe. But I know that probably it isn't. But it feels it. And I think if it feels it, then it's okay. Look at this. And the elderflower, which are incredibly pretty as well. And then up here we come to a little, there's some sort of little watermill or something here. Something goes on here. Again, this here is really shallow. This is just a few inches deep. So if you have little children, they could probably splosh around in there and have a great time. This bit here actually gets quite flooded, so in the winter months you need to have your wellies really, just in case, because it's been a little bit flooded before. But look, how cute. How cute, cute, cute is that? Feels very, very English to me. Look at the water. And the sound of the water, isn't that lovely? Okay, so now we're coming back up. We're out of the dappled shade and we're into the sunshine. And weirdly, look, I've got my bomber jacket on because it was so cold earlier, but in the sunshine it's gorgeous. It's really quite warm today. I've got my tragic Bruton uniform on. There you go, look at that. Oops. Pure Bruton. Like no mess. People don't even need to ask, where do you live? Well, look, not that I live in Bruton, but I spend a lot of time here, and they'll just know. I can just identify myself very easily. And look, lovely, lovely, loveliness. So if we go right, we sort of can come back on ourselves and end up in the high street. But if you go left, look at that house, crazy. There's a much longer walk, which I would do, but I haven't brought any water with me. But I tell you what, I'll just walk to the end of this lane just so you can see, because it kind of falls away and it's beautiful. There's people chatting in their gardens. So peaceful here, my God. So peaceful. Look at that. There's a little dove up there. It's very beautiful. Anyway. Look at that. I mean, it's almost ridiculously beautiful. Look at the colour of that grass. Look at that. So that house that we just passed, that must be the view from some of their back windows. It's just mind-blowing, isn't it? Just going to try and fight my way through. Oh look, something's been planted there. Look at that. So yeah, what a gorgeous walk. What a gorgeous walk. Okay, I think I have to turn around now because I'm going to end up short of time if I don't. I don't actually want to show that house because it's not fair, but literally I have to say I think that's the garden. It's a pretty sweet situation, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking at the house now. Amazing, amazing, beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, so here we are. We're walking back down the lane. Also, can I just say, this is very much a lane. Do you know what I mean? To me, a lane is literally this set up here, where there's a lot of grass. You've got to have some grass on a lane. What you don't want is to be out in your car and encounter this situation, because that's a big old red flag situation that maybe sat-nav has taken you somewhere where you don't really want to be, and there's not going to be a positive outcome when you drive an old banger that's quite low on the ground as well. So anyway, so we're just coming back now to just, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this vlog, I'm going to put this walk right at the end of the vlog, and I'll sort of chapter it so that you can see, because not everyone will want this. It might feel really not very exciting. Yeah. Okay, so I'm now continuing the walk. So if you can see behind me, that was where the dappled shade was, right? Sorry, I have to show you this clematis now. Look at that. It's pretty spectacular. Look at the size of it as well. Isn't that gorgeous? Oops, come on. Sorry, the stinging nettles. Yeah. Okay, so we can walk on a little bit, and then I'll turn the camera around so that you can see what's coming up next. And what's coming up next are just really cute little cottages. And normally, in a few weeks, they're at peak loveliness because there are hollyhocks all over the place. But the hollyhocks aren't in flower yet, are they? Anyway, okay, so we'll turn the camera around. Okay, so here we are. Once again, a pretty idyllic setting. So do you remember when I pointed to the top bit and I said that has amazing views down? They are the views. Isn't that so gorgeous? Gosh, that's a lot of work being done there. It's just lovely. A hole in the wall there. Isn't Isn't that gorgeous? So, okay. There's more of the view. Sumptuous. Sumptuous and very natural. Look at those trees. Like vivid green clouds, aren't they? So many different greens. Oh, it's also gorgeous. These are the little cottages, which are very cute. Lovely are there. Lots of upset little dogs. I don't want to point too much at the houses because, again, it's intrusive, but I'm just going to give you a quick. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Joyful. And a bit of fern action. And then some geranium. The colour of that. It's crazy. And again, so we can go down the hill. Some Mexican daisies. Hollyhocks coming up. And then got quite a steep slope here. Not a good situation, particularly in winter. So that's back down to the high street. And then this is another little lane, as it were. Very sweet. Here, look, I can show you this one because it's for sale anyway. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so this behind me is one of the little teeny footpaths, again, that lead down to the high street. So we're going to go down there. Look, you can see the church right in the distance there, maybe. So I've just popped to see my lovely friend Angeliki, and we are in the Stripy Duck, where she is the manager. And look, see how cute. Look, there's just cute things on the table. Little Alice in Wonderland. It's just delightful, little fireplace. And then there's Angeliki being darling. And now I'm going to choose myself cake. What have we got, Angeliki?
We have lemon curd bakewell.
Yummy.
We've got berry bakewell, pistachio and raspberry brownie, and almond macaroons. All gluten-free.
Oh my god, I'm going to have one of those and a cup of tea. Oh, what are these actually?
Yeah, so we've got these gorgeous partisan baubles. So this is, well,
just
it says
all
it
of
on
those
it.
goodies.
Yeah.
It's a nutty
It's the fruit,
yes,
fruit nuts. These ones have got oats in.
bomb.
Yeah, and then those are sort of the rolled out versions.
Oh, I love these actually. Yeah,
they're
okay.
all pretty good.
I'm going to choose something delicious. Thanks so much, this is lovely. Good morning. So today's Wednesday and I'm going to get my hair highlighted. Oh, hurrah, hurrah. It had reached the point of no return, for sure. I've just been editing a video that I shot yesterday, and it's really horrific. So yeah, so I'm getting my hair done, because I always think in life, even if it's just hairdresser that you just always go to, so you know what you're going to get. There's no nonsense, and it's all good. Yeah, anyway, that's what I have to say really. Okay, so I think you all have guessed I'm at the hairdresser's, which is lovely, and I have a gorgeous cup of coffee. Good morning, everyone. So today is Thursday, and I'm just coming on really because tomorrow I'm going to London to see Poppy, to spend the day with Poppy, because it was her birthday at the end of April and it got cancelled. So anyway, I'm just doing it. I've booked the coach, going up on the coach. I've booked Colbert for lunch on Sloane Square, and we're just gonna have a lovely day together. And I will take you with me, but for now, yeah, so the reason that I'm saying this now is that I know that I'm not going to have time to post that video for Sunday, so that will be for next week. But I just wanted to flag up that it was happening. Also, I have an ulterior motive here. So Poppy has started a YouTube channel. Oh, it's going really well. It's called Rare Chick, which is unbelievably just lovely. She's a sweet bean, and I will link it. But the reason that I'm linking it, well, you might like to go and say hello, and if you do, that would be wonderful. But I think, because she's speedy, and I think she will get her video up before me. So if you want to see our day out together, more from her side than mine, you could just have a look. But anyway, it would be wonderful if you would say hello. It's kind of the diary of a very, obviously very wonderful, but a very normal young woman navigating her way through her mid-20s, finding her way. And yeah, I'm very proud of her. So it's, I think particularly anything sort of online is a very brave thing to do when you're younger, because, at our age, you can sort of go with the blows a bit if things don't go well, because you have the overview of the experience of life that, ultimately things will level out and even out. But she's actually doing really well. And she's just, that's Quincy trying to sabotage my channel. Do you know what I think it is? Maybe it's her agent's way of saying, we want some money for Quincy. Quincy needs let me tell Quincy's agent, this is for you directly. Quincy gets a lot. She doesn't give a lot. She barks when I'm trying to film. Now that barking, if you can still hear it, that's a particular type of barking. That means that someone around here is has the audacity to have their post delivered, which is just outrageous. So I'm just going to stop. The other thing that I wanted to say was, got my hair done yesterday, because I think I filmed something. Well, I did film something when I was at the hairdresser's, and God, it gets to the left. Having your hair done. That was just Quincy letting herself out. And also the other exciting thing is I bought a ring light for filming in the kitchen, because I thought it might just make it better, and maybe I'll look less crone-like, which is always welcome, because a nice bit of natural daylight just makes everything feel better. But then, do you know what? I don't want to worry about looking like a crone in some light, because it's representative. Anyway, I don't even like the word crone. I don't know why or maybe we should reclaim the word crone, because the word crone actually specifically means, because weirdly enough, I was thinking about it the other day. Do you know what it actually means? Crone, old crone. It means specifically an ugly old woman. Why the ugly? Why the ugly? It's disgusting. Shut up. So we can reclaim that word. And being a crone can be wonderful. Maybe it could be like, because crone is quite a hard word. So maybe it could be like a cantankerous old woman. And if you want to be bad-tempered, then that's totally okay. And I'm just having a crone moment, and leave me alone and crone off, So Anyway, so there's that. This is a bit of a stream of consciousness. But actually, the reason that I'm here now, oh, I've just posted a video and messages are coming up. It's really lovely. It's really, really lovely. Anyway, I could weep. Yeah, so I'm going to London tomorrow. I've checked on the weather. It's going to be about 19 degrees, sun and cloud. I'm very, very happy with that. So I thought I'd try on an outfit and just see what you think. But this is my outfit now, I have to say, of all the things, because this is a real indulgence. I think buying something like this is an indulgent treat, but oh my God, I love it so much. It's just, it's like look at that. I wish I had cushions in fabric like that. Isn't that just stunning? And yeah, anyway, just thanks so much. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back with an outfit for you to see. Okay, so this is what I think I'm going to wear because it's 19 degrees. That's not that warm. So these jeans are, you see, they just fall like that. So I'm going to wear my cowboy boots because these cowboy boots are incredibly comfortable. And the jeans similarly very comfortable. They're kind of a slightly creamy white. I've got my ancient old Gap belt on, and I like that bit that just goes down there. It's just a little bit of detail, and obviously you've seen this a few times before. It is a nymph, and I got it from Rosa Lines. And then I thought, it's 19 degrees thin bomber jacket weather finish. I think it might be. I kind of hope it is because I'd love to wear this. Just look at that. I have to say, this bomber jacket is literally one of the nicest things I have ever bought. And then you see, if I wanted to, which I won't, I personally think that the mad new hat, which I'm not going to wear, but if I wanted to, I could, because that does work, doesn't it? Works with the old booties and just the depth of colour works. Anyway, I'm not going to wear that there because they're silly things to do, because I don't think I'm going to need it because it's not going to be raining. And even if it was, that's not a rain hat. So, yeah. So what do I think? I think that's perfect for a day in London, so I will feel comfortable. If I need to run at any point, I can run. Cowboy boots, but also I've got a little bit of height. Because I need to bring a bit of good fashion game with me, because I'm hanging out with a 24-year-old. So, yeah. So anyway, but I will definitely take you with me, because I just think it will just be a nice day of just eating things and looking at things, and oh, just so lovely to spend some time with her. It's really hard, and I know a lot of you will identify with this I know that sort of Alice is staying on and off, and Charlie, he'll be here for just a few more part weeks and then he'll be gone. But most of the time, I don't see any of my children on a daily basis, even a weekly basis, often not even a monthly basis. 100% not even on a monthly basis. They're just not, my grandchildren, they're not part of my everyday life, and that's just the way it is. I often think if I had millions and millions of pounds, I would choose a spot. It'd probably be in London, to be honest with you, and I would just buy houses for us all so we could all be like quite within walking distance of one another. But that is not going to happen. So you just have to make the best of things, and that's why, going to London tomorrow, and it will just be a day. I think my coach gets in at 11 and then it leaves at, 6 or something like that. But we get to hang out for a good few hours. We're going to have, so probably we'll meet up and we'll immediately have coffee somewhere. And then, because I couldn't get a table because I left it so late to book. I hope my table for lunch isn't until 2:30. But that's okay. Colbert is just so lovely, and we're going to lovely wine, and it will just be really nice. And then we'll do just a little bit of mooching around. And I hope that Chelsea in Bloom is still happening, because we're going to be based in the King's Road. That's where I want to go. Well, that's where Pops wants to go as well. You know, it's just somewhere we enjoy. Also, I'm going to go into Peter Jones. I'm going to be complaining about my Clarins perfume. Has it? Oh, no, in fact, I'm not even going to be a complaining person, but can I just say I wish that Clarins would just sort out the applicators, the spray applicators on their bottles of fragrance, because 2 bottles now, 2 bottles and 1 applicator replacement later and it's broken again. So it's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, shut up. Boring. Anyway, thank you so much. And yes, so the next thing I do in the kitchen, you'll see the ring light. So I'm going to be 25, baby. Actually, I don't want to be 25. That's not, no. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your messages, which I've seen coming in, and that's really, yeah, just so appreciated, and thank you.